Well, howdy ho, you bunch of freaking nerds. Coming to some nerd playthrough of Final Fantasy VIII? What's wrong with you? It's a nerd playthrough. Nerd playthrough, you nerds. Come on. Thought you were cool. Yep, we do have two cats. Visible. Meow, 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 meow. I think it's just that, like, you know, a lot of the aesthetic is a very Japanese aesthetic when it comes to the characters. Japanese fashion, very petite, black hair, that kind of thing. And so you just get that a lot across a lot of the different characters. And that's just it. Like, honestly, Ultimisia doesn't really look like Rinoa. Ultimisia has gray hair, white hair, platinum hair, whatever you want to call it, you know? It's definitely overanalyzing. It's a fan theory for a reason. Like, the thing is that most fan theories are pretty easily disproven. The one with, like, this, with, like, Rinoa's Ultimisia, if that was an actual plot point, they would have made a big huff about it. Like you would have stood in front of Ultimisia and she'd have been like, oh, so we meet again, Squall. You know, like, it just completely falls flat as soon as you apply any kind of pressure to it. It's about as thin as a paper bag. That's where some fan theories, like, start to get popular. It's because people don't question it. And they just go, well, that's neat. And they just kind of go, that makes you think. And then it doesn't actually make them think. They just, like, accept it, you know? But as soon as you apply any kind of, like, a pressure or, you know, investigation to it, it just disappears. It's like, no. Because if it was, like I said, if it was a plot point, it would have been a very prominent, subtle expression from Ultimisia or a statement or something. And instead there's nothing. Which means there is nothing there. That and a lot of other fan theories, you know, you just apply the tiniest bit of pressure and it falls through. And whatever, you know, you don't believe your fan theories, that's cool. Like, the only reason I make a comment about it is because I'm all good with fan theories and you know, headcanon and stuff like that, but it needs to fit within the space of the story. If it doesn't have any, like, credibility within the context of the story, it's not a fan theory. It's just a fingers crossed, I wish this would happen kind of thing, where, you know, like, okay, that's cool too, you know, like, you can have your fan fiction headcanon as well, and that's fine, but you don't get to sit there and go like, well, this is part of the story because I want it to be. That doesn't work like that, you know. So that's the only reason why I make a comment about it, because it doesn't hold any water whatsoever as a fan theory. Same with, like, the 7 and 10 are connected kind of nonsense, you know what I mean? So that's all. I encourage people to have their fan theories. Just make sure that, you know, if it's a fan theory, that it makes sense within the context of the story. But if it's a fan fiction, go all out. Go ham, you know, have your relationships and your, you know, weird, wonky, whatever the hell you want, man. More power to you. But yeah, as a fan theory, it has to make sense within the story. Or else it's not a fan theory, it's fan fiction. So yeah, welcome in everybody, a bunch of freaking nerds, into our day 2 of our nerd lore playthrough, deep diving story and side stuff to try and get a greater grasp on the story and what's going on with it, and in order to, you know, fully understand what it is and what it's about. I mean, obviously we know the story of FF8. We all probably know it at least a basic level, but what are some of the questions that you might have? Maybe those would be answered. Not to mention we're talking about character motivation, you know, the kind of how they feel and why they do certain things and why it makes sense that certain things happen a certain way. And sardines. And sardines. Thank you, Node, for the 100 bits. Sardines! Thank you, Playing Isaac, for the 100 bits. Yes, there There are sardines, apparently. I mean, there's a lot of water, so I'm sure there's some sardines in there somewhere. What do we got? We got Genji Dragon, Orthrex, Mecha, what's going on? What's up, Talape? Berserk now, how's it going? Slate Asher, hello. Some fat streaks coming in. Shadow Fusion, hello. Vilico, what's up? What's up, Pig Sammy, Dingus Fish, Weapon, Northrex, hello, hello, hello. City, thank you for 82 months of subbing. Woo! Titus Ectolo. Alan, how's it going? What's up, No Name? Playnastic, Slate Asher, Cali Guys, Lurkers. Yeah. Yeah. So, we just got off the train from Timber. We're taking Renoa to the Galbadia Garden. And, kind of talking about the reason, like, why Renoa's there. And, you know, how it's transitioning from that period of required to have Renoa with us and why it makes sense to have Renoa with us because we want her to be there and moving over to that side of things. And we're going to go to Dolat and do a little bit of side stuff and everything because there's some neat stuff you can do in some of the side towns and everything. So we're going to head over there. Woo, we're over here now. Oh my god, the chat is empty. Oh, I got to fill it up now. That's not Renoa's, whatever. No. I keep on like thinking like, oh gosh, I can't start right now. I gotta hit the timer. I gotta start the software. And it's like, no, I don't. That is one nice thing about not being in the Fiesta is I don't have to manage like, there's so many things I gotta manage in the Fiesta. All the different softwares and the timers and making sure everything goes smoothly and just stuff and things. And now it's just, we're chilling. We're chilling. I can just start whenever I want to. I mean, not that I couldn't start whenever I want to anyway, just I don't have to like worry about making sure everything's all in operational order, except for the donation software. That's the same. I don't have to go through that forest, do I? Nope, I definitely do have to go through that forest. So remember the opening mission, we had the Dolat mission? This is the Dolat town, the dukedom of Dolat right here. Sardines! These are sardines? Okay. That's what sardines are. Thank you, Donut. No wonder everybody likes sardines. Thank you for the 100 bits. I find it very interesting that, like, this is a very clear, like, current day sort of aesthetic for the cars and everything. Makes you wonder where all the rest of the cities are, you know? Bump, bump, bump. Bump, bump, bump. Invented airbags in this world. Have you seen Zell? Yeah, he's a whole ass bag of wind. Oh, look, this should look familiar. Go for it. Oh, it's like hide and seek or something. So this is where you storm the beach right here. And look, you can see the rubble, the ruins of the Atomos robot here. Oh, I guess mommy died in the attack or something. Bump, bump, bump. Hello?
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So there is a siren card here that you can play and win, but it's kind of a pain in the ass to get, so we're not going to worry about it. Hey, Kat, thank you for the 10 months of subbing. For the Aryan gift. Thank you. So every time he's about done with a painting, some kid comes in and draws a bone over it. Yeah, you can express your bone, or you can express yourself without ruining other people's ways of expressing themselves, you know? Guy's career's boned. Ayo! He said he's going to the beach to cool off, so I'm gonna go to the beach to talk to the old man first. Okay, great, thank you. Oh! I forgot I gotta take my D. I have a D deficiency.
For real?
For real? Thank you, donate for the 144 bids. Bup, 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 So it's up through here to cross that thing to get the siren card. I do not think I will get it. But, you know, we'll take a look, talk to these people, see what's going on. Silkus, Mimit, those are green types from Chocobo Greens. Okay. Lady looking for a sugar daddy. I think it's this guy that has the card. Definitely want to be very, very careful about mixing rules with Galbadia, because the Galbadia rules are awful. They're like random and all the other horrible things. Fiesta hasn't finished on 7's End, so nobody has been crowned a winner yet. At the end of the day, Chad is usually the winner anyway, so... There we go. We'll have to play by their rules in this region, but at least, like... they won't spread, you know? Random elemental. That's not a terrible starting hand, honestly. Might be okay. Yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, Chad has a perfect record so far. Oh, that's right, you beat him and he shows you his private room and then you go and beat him for Siren. I mean, the card game is still good. Card game's still amazing. Just has some shitty rule spreading that ruins the game a little bit. By by this game I mean Triple Triad, not FF8. FF8 is great. Oh god. Some romance novel. Maybe we can get Siren card with little effort because we dunked most of the bad cards, so the random rule won't affect us too much. Well, there's the Siren card, so... Damn. Fingers crossed. Nope, we're gonna tie. That's a shame. Played Siren card first try, and because of the dumb random closed rules, I didn't get it. You can keep checking the stacks over and over. The top left one gives more dialogue, and the other one gets a free item at a point. Oh, neat. Apparently, you can get two of the same card if under the random rule, so that's funny. Oh boy. I think I'm gonna do, well, actually it doesn't matter because I'm protected from an elemental barrier here if I do this. So they'd have to have a much stronger card. Damn. I'm gonna put the bomb here. No. I think it's best to do the Elveret here. No. Damn. Tonberry maybe? The only thing I can take it with is this, and I feel like that's a bit of a risk. Well, you know, let's do it. Let's take... It's worst case scenario, he takes back, right? So... But then I can do... Keep taking it back. Alright, fingers crossed. Nice. Low effort Siren card. I think there's some other weird thing you have to do with this guy. Like, you have to lose a card to him intentionally in order to, like, trigger the availability of another card somewhere else or something like that. I know there's one with Renoa's dad where you have to lose the Ifrit card to him so that the Renoa card eventually pops up. That's really annoying. Because then you gotta win the Ifrit card back from him, too. Best card game of my life, won a lot. The guy's name was Laguna. A new owner I hired for the pub is a good guy, but his meatloaf made me sick for a week. Next time he's offers that, I think I'll say no. Found out today that this magazine was with a goofy name called Boo Monthly changed its name to Occult Fan. Ah, yeah. The Occult Fan magazine is for the learning how to get Doom Train. That's a repeat. So no item here. Yeah, it's repeating now. It's this one that gives an item. Oh, it's repeating now. Oh. You just, yeah. Oh. 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 Oh, okay. Two antidotes and a phoenix down. That's not much of an item, but hey. Kind of a neat little secret. Items are kind of expensive in this game, and they're actually pretty useful. They even re-entered to refresh the stack, and you can find the Occult Fan magazine? Really? Really? You just keep getting items there? That's cool. Okay, this keeps on being the same thing then. Right? Unless you mean that the middle left stack becomes the Occult Fan magazine if you keep leaving and re-entering, eventually you get it. That's kind of wild that you can just sit there and get items all day long. I'm guessing only up until you get the Occult Fan magazine, though. There it is. A Gizzard card. Wonder if I can keep getting stuff. That's kind of insane. This is infinite item well over here. Oh, never mind. Oh, no. Another Gizzard card. So the Gizzard cards make screws, if I'm not mistaken. That's how you get your screws right there. Cause we're gonna card mod those Gizzards. 5 screws. You need like 30 screws or some shit for some of the weapons, so I mean, getting screws is kind of a pain in the ass. But I already got 2 Gizzard cards. Good to hear it's on top. Cool, that's neat. We're gonna move on though. If I don't have the materials to make all my weapons, I'm not really worried about it. At the end of the day, all I really care about is making the best weapon if I go for the weapons. So, not that big. I'm all for you guys letting me know about these kinds of things, by the way. Like, that was awesome. That was a neat little secret I didn't know about. Oh, let's read the magazine. Cult Fan 2. Unidentified flying object. It's Doom Train. And the left is a photo shot of an Esther. Take a look at the unidentified flying object in the center. Have you ever seen a monster or airplane like this? Some say it may be Esther's secret weapon, but residents of the area say it appears when there is a major Marlboro outbreak. Basically suggesting that you need to get the 6 Marlboro tentacles in order to summon Doom Train. But that's funny. Check out my new car. Because the previous one got wrecked. Sure, why not? Oh, absolutely. But it's important to note and remember that games like this were not made with guides in mind, because these were made in Japan and guides weren't really popular in Japan. They were made with the idea that you didn't really have very many games to play and that you would spend a lot of time trying to find all the stuff. You know, you would really live that game. Whatever. The only reason they attacked was because they wanted the communication tower open. A whole potion. Maybe there are more photos as the game goes on that you can look at to get more potions. Force your way in? Some kind of sneaking mission or something? Enemy encounters? Galbadian forces, apparently. Oh, Lighters got stronger. So this is the great thing about this whole strategy is like this isn't the cap of your strength with this build. We talked about how we have like, you know, the strength plus 60 that we added and the triples that we got and all that good stuff. But the great thing is that Ifrit is one of the best GFs in the game because it has strength plus 20% and strength plus 40%. It also has a strength boost where every time you level up, you get +1 permanent strength. So as you get more and more levels with your Ifrit, or abilities learned as it would be, we continue to get different abilities to junction for, in this case, another 20% strength. So 144 is now 162, and then I'll get plus 40% strength, so I'll have plus 60, 40, and 20% strength, and they stack. I'm pretty sure they're additive and not multiplicative. So 60 and 20 is 80, not like what would that be, like 92-ish or something around there if they multiplied. But I'm pretty sure it's additive, so it's 80% strength. So it'll be 120% strength later. And when I get that strength bonus, so basically I'll be able to cap out my strength pretty early in the game. And when I get that strength bonus, it'll just, as I'm gaining levels, continue to keep my strength like higher and higher and higher. And I'll be able to unequip some of those abilities and still have cap strength. Authorized personnel, don't you know this place is off limits? Yeah, we're gonna take you on. Oh, really? Bring out Robo VIII 001? What the hell? Oh, God! Bring out the next one, I guess. Oh my god, bring out Robo Sharp 002. What? That will get you. Oh my god. Oh, this is fantastic. This one came out upside down. Oh man. Oh, that's great. That's hilarious. Oh man. We'll see how much damage this will do. Yeah, I think that's all you can do. I think that's as far as you can go up here. I think if you get high enough level, these soldiers will start giving you haste and protect and shell, if I'm not mistaken. Because I think they're the same one, the red ones anyway, because they're the same ones in the desert prison. Yeah, I mean, the fact that this is so far out of the way and hidden is just amazing. Like, you have to talk to an NPC twice, and then choose the right option to get past them, and then do all this other stuff. That's awesome. I love it. I love hidden little things like that. The base soldiers and leaders are unique. Ah, it's a shame. So they just follow the generic soldier path. They'll be raw and then gospels. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay. As you're saying it. Interesting, by the way, the moon in the background here. So this is Dolite, where we had the Dolite mission at the beginning of the game, and so this is very early in the game. You're looking in the background, you see this prominent moon figure in the back, and it's like, wow, that's gorgeous, right? And it's interesting because the moon is actually important in this game, and you don't really know it right now. You're just like, ooh, pretty moon. And so that's interesting that they're kind of like, it's a little bit of foreshadowing. It's a very, very vague foreshadowing. There's no way you could draw a conclusion that the moon will be important in this game based on this, but it is interesting that it's there because it is, and it's by design because it's important, you know? So we'll get to that much later in the game, though. It's quite a big moon, yeah. That's no moon. Let me hike these up. Welcome, y'all. No, we will not be staying. Thank you. Oh, but I go into the room if I stay. But then I get healed to full HP, and that's no fun. I imagine there are some hidden items in some of the inns if you stay there. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna one-shot everything anyway. Yeah, let's go. We just got done with it. Yeah, it's great. Laughed my ass off. Yep, there's a magazine. Timber Maniacs. Remember, you guys are free to tell me pretty much anything about the game that I don't know. Hidden cutscenes, hidden magazines, hidden little doodads, cards, rules, whatever. The only thing I don't want is like telling me how to play the game stuff, you know, like backseating. Like, to an extent. Some of it's alright, but yeah, you guys know. But please, for this playthrough... I forgot the one on the train, by the way, Neo. You even told me about it. Womp womp. Oh, hey, we're full circle now. Alright, well that's that. We're done. Oh, I want to see what Siren card turns into. Three status attacks. If the status attacks can turn into something in turn, then we're onto something, but otherwise, no. I kind of want to turn those Diablos into, Demis. Because the Demi's a good junction, but I just don't need it, and I want that Diablos card for now until it's a problem. Alright, so we're back where we left off last night, right before the forest, as we got off the train. So, that was all we wanted to do, was go to Dolet. There's not really anything else you can do at this point. Like, you can go around to some other places, but there's nothing really like town or lore. There's Timber, where we came from. There's Galbadia, and then like that's all we have access to right now, right here. And there's nothing in there, so we're gonna have to go here. And right out of the gate, we're gonna get something story significant. First off, this should look familiar, because it's this place where you started with Laguna when you were dreaming. They're talking about how they're worried that the president might take action on Garden. That actually makes the Galbadia Garden assault make a little bit more sense. Instead of it just being the sorceress just trying to get rid of seeds. Renoa getting on his case. Zell wants your support. You should be nice to him. Ugh. Whatever. Are you listening? Whatever. Yeah, if I had somebody annoying me like that, I'd probably get some screeching in my head as well. Plonk. They went into the dream world. There's 2 Tim remaining in Bellumtown, one in the hotel, we got that one, and one in the train station. The thing is, there's sort of 2 halves of 1 Tim remaining. To pick up one, the other one vanishes. Furthermore, only the one in the hotel causes the scene with Laguna and Julia to change. He falls asleep due to drinking too much. Only one in the station gives you an entry in Selfie's page. Oh. Wow. Very interesting. So we're back with Laguna and everybody. We don't know what we're doing and why we're here. Let's go, Commander. I have a bad feeling. Sure, a bad feeling. Why not? Unfortunately, we gotta do some GF stuff because every time you go into the dream world, it messes things up. Well, not really a dream world so much as living in the past. Oh, never mind, doesn't matter because all the magic that Zell had is not on him. And I can't grab it because there's only these 3 characters in here. So they're just on Zell, they're in limbo, basically. I suppose I could take like Laguna's magic. And just give it to him. Just so he has something to put on strength. And with the 60% strength, this should be enough to pretty much one-shot anything in here. Big pile of rocks. So, okay. I'm a little unclear about this because what we're gonna be doing is going into something called the Lunatic Pandora, which is a really important late game thing that we learn about. We don't know what it is right now. And according to the lore, Cypher is the one that discovers it in like a deep sea pocket or something. So, but what I don't know is how the Lunatic Pandora is discovered now. This is like 18 years ago, right? So is it that Esther had Lunatic Pandora and then it was deposited in the ocean and then Cypher unearthed it later on? Or is there something more to it than that? Esther soldiers. We were talking about Esther a little bit. Yeah, but what I'm questioning is where does it go from now until it's in the ocean? Like, what happened there? You know? Also interesting, I wonder if this is like after the Timber War or something else, because we're fighting Esther soldiers instead of Timber. Esther digs it up, and then Laguna's revolution puts an end to the project and buries it in the ocean. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Laguna does start a revolution. But then Cypher grabs it. Alright, we're gonna go this way. Normally we go right because it's just right to the end, but we're gonna go left here and check out this path. Honestly, I should really learn Diablo's half or no encounter just so if I want to explore something, then I don't feel like I have to be punished for it and just kind of take it on and off. But I want Mug first. You can just basically replace Mug with your attack, and you're good to go. You can just say Ultimisia. No need to be convoluted about it. There are a ton of fun little scenes. Yeah, you can like fiddle with a lot of the panels and stuff, and cause little traps to pop up, which actually affect the end result of the final dungeon you go to. Oh, it's the other side of this. Okay. So you can mess with this. The hatch is broken and we're gonna loosen it. So we tamper with it, and then we leave, and then some Esther soldier comes at us. Ah! Boom, 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 boom. Found an old key. I felt a draft in my butt. There's a hole in my back pocket. And then he keeps picking up the key and losing it, picking up the key and losing it. Look, who'd have lost the old key. Now there's a question. If you leave the old key there, is it available for Squall to use? Or is it only available if you actually pick it up with Laguna? Oh, I don't recognize this room. I offered this or that question and I get a yes or no answer. I needed elaboration, please. Both time you find it, it unlocks a door. So you can find it with Squall and you can find it with Laguna. Each time you do it, it unlocks one of the doors. Regardless if it's actually being used. I can find it again with Laguna. Oh, okay. I gotta find where that is then. Blah, blah, blah. You mean the other two doors? You can't go in those with Laguna, but you can with Squall, right? Oh, the big trap doors. Oh, the ones that we went over. Well, that's the right way then. So I wonder where the key is. I think this is just right back to the beginning this way. Yeah, yes it can. I always kind of dread every time we get here because I feel like I'm going to mess it up and spend infinity time trying to figure out how to get through it. But then I just go right to the end and I'm like, whoo. What's this? Curses. Should be learning HP up on one of the GFs soon that will give Zell the same HP lead that Squall has. Let me check my GFs to make sure I'm learning the right things though. Oh, there it is. 8 more. I should probably get Move Fine pretty early. I think I will get that next, instead of enhancing my magic, which is unimportant. I feel like a good dungeon in a video game will only take a few extra minutes to find all the treasures. You know, maybe with a intermittently a decently longer one. You know, I don't want to spend 5 hours in a dungeon. A good dungeon, getting all the treasure and everything, should be about 15 to 30 minutes tops. But this one is actually one of the longest ones in the entire game. And it really depends on the narrative approach you're taking from the dungeon. Like, for instance, with the desert prison, it's a little bit longer, but there's a lot of story in between going on. And that kind of breaks up the monotony of the dungeon. But the dungeon design in that place is god-awful. It's really terrible, so that doesn't help. Oh, I want to tamper with it. Darn. It won't let me tamper with this one. Right, yeah, there's definitely games where the gameplay is like really obnoxiously long. Like Xenosaga 2. The random battles each take like 15 to 30 minutes. It's awful. It's really, really boring. Oops. I mean, I know Persona 4 in general was pretty much a bit of a slog in terms of game and gameplay as well, but I don't remember specifically the final dungeon being that bad. I will say that SMT dungeons in general are almost entirely god-awful design, and SMT final dungeons are like multipliers of that. Xenosaga in general is just pretty rough. And as a product, you know, as whole. Tiny Metroidvanias in their own right. Yeah, I'm all fine with like an RPG having a Metroidvania style-esque dungeon puzzle type thingy, but it needs to do it within a reasonable encounter rate with encounters that are not so long. You know what I mean? If I have to spend half an hour to go back and forth while I'm fighting tons of battles at a high encounter rate with long battles, I'm not going to enjoy that. You know? The hell? Interesting that this scene even applies. Like, there's so many little bits of dialogue going on with this bit that I never even knew about. That's crazy. I'm kind of impartial on SMT. It's kind of like a SMT and SMT games like Persona tend to be like middle of the road, you know, like my prime example of a 5 out of 10 kind of thing. Although I will say with Persona 5, it was definitely a couple notches up. SMT, on the other hand, has almost entirely been that middle of the road type game for me. just sort of not appealing enough to be exceptional, but not bad enough to be bad. It's like RPG for the sake of RPG, you know what I mean? Like, if you're like, I just want an RPG, there it is. But like, here's my biggest problem with games like SMT, as far as like RPGs go. RPGs are vehicles for storytelling. The most important and prominent thing in any RPG video game should be the story. And I feel like that's not the case anymore. There's just so many generic, like half-baked stories in video games. And I feel like SMT is a prime example of that. SMT and SMT type games, as well as Tales of. Like, they try to make things epic, but without, like, paving the way, you know? Okay, yeah, you gotta go fight God and kill him and everything, but, like, why do I care about that in this world, you know? Yeah, for sure. There's definitely RPG opportunities to care more about the gameplay than the story. But yeah. Where's that other key at, by the way? Did I miss it? Is it up here? I feel like this is the end, isn't it? And we all know how much I dislike Dragon Quest VII. So we're gonna set off a bomb here. One of them hits the rock far away from us. One of them hits the close rock. We're gonna hit the further away one. It's back on the screen where I tried to tamper with the second latch. Oh, really? Well, shit. I looked all over there. That guy's not gonna be the sequel. Oh! Hey! How about that? It actually opened up. Alright, I did the thing. How do I get that third latch opened up then, I wonder? Let's go back and check it out then, I guess. I was gonna leave, but never mind. Imagine the kind of damage Ward could do if he just decided to use a weapon like a third of the weight of a harpoon, you know? And just use like a spear. What's up, Mr. J? Oh, I should equip that magic 20 because it'll help me get better draws out. Yeah, I'm doing fine, yeah. Doing alright. Game's a little quiet though. Tornbo, what's going on? Oh, you're having the lost signal thing too? I seem to have resolved it by unplugging the cable that goes into the capture card and then plugging it back into the capture card. So like, reached behind my PC, unplugged it out of the capture card, plugged it back in, and it seemed to have resolved it, which is a weird resolution, but I'll take it, you know? It does mean that the problem was likely with the capture card, but yeah. Or likely is from the capture card, not was. Poor man's Buster Sword and anchor. It's not an anchor, it's like a giant harpoon, but yeah. I guess that'd work. What kind of capture do you have? I have the Avermedia 4K. At least that's the one that's doing the game. So we've theorized that it was like a syncing issue, like frame rate VSync kind of thing. But there's no reason for that because that would be the same thing that occurred on everything else throughout time with other capture cards. So there's no reason for that. And it never happened until randomly it does. And if it was a problem, it would happen every time. So I really just think it was like some kind of like, I think there was like built up static or something in the cabling or something along those lines, some kind of weird buildup in the cables. And by unplugging it, you kind of like reset it, you know what I mean? I don't know how else to explain it. I don't really know enough about this kind of shit to make that kind of comment, but I feel like there could be some influence with, you know, residual static electricity in the air and the way it affects cabling and connections. But it's like I grounded the cable by unplugging it. You know what I mean? But I knew it couldn't have been like a bandwidth like a bandwidth issue on the cable because I have like 8K tested cables. Like they're high bandwidth cables. So it couldn't possibly be that. Honestly, if the solution is that simple, I'm fine with it. I still am probably gonna look into a new capture card and sort of keep it as a backup perhaps or something like that, you know, just in case. But yeah. Unplugging and plugging my computer in is quite the effort I'd rather not ever have to do, you know? He sneezed and it fell out of his pocket this time. Nothing cheaper than something free, I guess. So now what? So now those two doors, like the 1, 2, and 3 doors at the beginning of Lunatic Pandora are both open when I get there on Squall? Is that what that did? So now those are both open and I can access them and get whatever's behind them, which I have no idea. I don't think I've ever been behind them, ever. The light? Oh, the right door. You mean the right, droppy panel thing? Droppy panel thing. Everybody understands that. Sonica, what's up? Oh, Chia's laying so weird. She's doing like the loaf position, you know, where they just like are laying down like straight on, you know? Call that loaf, but then she's like got her head all twisted to the side, asleep. I think she's on guard for something, but then also tired. Here. You can't see now because I moved her, but... Definitely need to adjust the camera angle on that. Sleepy kitty. Oh, nice. Awesome. Part of me really wants to find another Pathfinder group, and another part of me, a more reasonable part of me is like, I do not have time for that. Wait, something got learned and I didn't see what it was. I think I'm pretty far away from learning anything, but I do not want to accidentally learn a garbage ability. Like, that basically ruins a GF. What's up, Chilbin? Oh, sure, if I were, if I were looking for a campaign, the first thing I would do is contact Iron Mog. But I just don't have the, I know I don't have the time, you know? You know, for once, a machine gun doing like the absolute craziest damage actually does make sense here, yeah. Okay, so now that that's stuck, I go and hit the other detonator, and that'll loosen it up, I guess. He pulls the trigger harder, which makes the hammer pull back faster, giving the bullet extra acceleration, so it's pretty obvious. Maybe he looks at them and he's tampering with it, but it just doesn't go all the way, but a little explosion, rumble, shake, whatever, helps it push the extra bit that it needs or something like that, you know? That's how I see it anyway. You can hold heavier bullets. I mean, from an actual logistical perspective, you could suggest that a higher strength allows him for more steadiness in his aim, allowing him to hit more of his shots in more vital areas. So that would be how strength could work. You know, you're subject less to the recoil of the gun as well, that kind of thing. Oh, it plugs up the hole this time. Alright, so what does that do for me? Like, what's the actual purpose of that? Like, what have I actually done? Is there anything more that I can do with this place, or is it something for later with Squall? Just treasure later and that's it? Can I get a confirm on that from multiple people? Before I do too much. You'll unlock items way later in the game. Each one of those things removes one battle from the marathon fight at the end of the segment. Oh. Oh no! The amount of battles that you have to fight to do that, to remove a single battle from the marathon, like, or the gauntlet, or however you want to say it, that's a big nothing. The treasure later will be important, though. I do find it hilarious how little the side content of this game matters because of how easy it is to break, though. That's always funny. Oh, this thing has some interesting spells, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's just confused. Ah, dispel. Dispel is actually great. And it's not the easiest to get, so I think I'll grab some. There is an item that turns into Dispel from card mod and everything. I just don't remember what it is. You know what? Now that I think about it, it's actually really easy to get from space-time refining or status refining or something like that. But it's a really good spell to junction mid to late game. I want to say it's magic or spirit or something that's really good for. But I want to say it's also got some other application. I forget which. Not gonna worry about it though. I thought it was status resist, which is what I was like considering saying, but I remember there being a status debuff or like protection that oh hey, wow, you can like protect yourself against dispel or something. Yeah, it's like a sooner reflect and holy that you really want on status protection. Dispel on status protects against being dispelled. So if you buff yourself, you can't be dispelled. Partial status resistance sucks. It sure does. If it's not 100%, it's 0%. That's how I always say it. If it's not 100%, it's 0%. Because you still have that chance of being hit with the status, and it's gonna happen if you don't have 100%. Wow. Rude.
Wait.
Whoa!
What?
Thank you, Papa, with the 100. Yeah, 100. That's one extra 0. 10 sub gives. Thank you very, very much for the 10 sub give bomb. Thank you. And the Mega Tier 2 resub for 88 months. Dang, back to back 11. Thank you. Those sub goals still do exist, but it's a pretty lofty number right now, so we're not gonna worry about it too much. But I appreciate the support. Thank you very, very much. Hope you're doing good today. Big old bomb. You know, the Magic Junction's not nearly as bad as people think it is. Like, they think it discourages you from casting a spell, and it really doesn't, because the amount of stat that you lose when you cast a single spell is irrelevant, even with Ultima. Just use your spells, refill them as you need to. Wow, I didn't know level distance affected resistance to debuffs. But if you have 100%, it makes you immune. Nice. I think it's actually impossible to get fully max stats on everything, even with 100 of every best spell in the game. Except for in a rare circumstance of having the bonus stat from like Cactuar, I think it is, on all your different stats, and like really preventing level ups as you're going through the game. I think that's the only way that you can get cap stats on everything. Boy, this is going slowly. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm taking advantage of getting the shells and protect right now. I don't need 300, but I'm gonna go until I get 100 shells and 100 protects at least, and then I'll go from there, you know? I don't really need 100 protects because Meltdown is by far the best Vitality junction, but there's not a lot of good Spirit junctions, and Shell is one of the really good ones. I want to say it's like, obviously Ultima's the best for everything, but I want to say like Holy or Flare is technically better for Spirit junction, but I want to say Shell is really, really, really up there. This is one of the flaws of the game, by the way. Draw is a big flaw in the game. So what they need to do to make draw better is guaranteed max draw, meaning it's not based off of your magic stat, because that's the current issue why I'm drawing so few. And then like double or triple the amount that you draw, and then we're getting somewhere. Then we're good. But like this is like ridiculous, right? Why should I have to sit into a battle for 20 minutes drawing all the spells that I want so I can junction it? You know, it's easily the biggest flaw of the game. The draw mechanic itself is not bad, just how it's applied. And it takes a long time in the game before you can actually get to the point where everybody has a decent magic stat to where you can actually draw reliably, you know? Oh, yeah, I remember that. There were multiple years where I'm like, what? He could resist Meltdown? So basically, you want a high spirit if you want to avoid statuses. So could you effectively not get hit by any of the statuses from Big Breath on Marlboro with a high enough spirit? Without the resistances from Status Junction. Oh, so it's magic versus spirit. That's how it is. Okay. So status application is magic versus spirit versus versus resistance. You know, if you play the remaster, you can fast forward all this, so it's actually really, really fast. But we're playing the PlayStation version. Also, my major magic power just got berserked, so I can't draw anymore anyway. Yeah, there's a built-in fast forward on the remaster, so you can just hold the button and fast forward with cursor memory. Oh, God, yeah, ew, gross. That's a terrible version of the game. And I have nothing to junction it to yet, so that's fine. The remaster goes on sale all the time for like $8. So just wishlist it and wait for it. Oh, wow, that would have been right to the end then, wouldn't it? Oh, well there you go. The FF8 remaster is on sale right now for under $10. I didn't realize there was a spring sale going on. It must have just started today then, eh? Yep. Literally just started today. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh, we've been trapped. I've heard really good things about Satisfactory. That's on sale. I've heard really good things about it. It looks pretty cool. Ghost of Tsushima, 33% off. Definitely worth getting that. That's a fantastic game. One of the few platinums I've done. Well, oh, actually, it's not one of the few platinums. I've done a lot of platinums, but... Elden Ring, 40% off. That's worth it. Ooh, deep discounts. That's my thing. Deep discounts. Gotta find them deep discounts. That's what I look for, is like the 80, 90% off. Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous Enhanced Edition, 90% off. That's like, oh, and Undertale is a fucking $1, y'all. Undertale is $1, dude. 90% off. Go do yourself a favor and get Undertale. Lady Luck is on our side. We can escape to Galbadia because we're Galbadia soldiers. I've seen a lot of people play Brotato, yeah. Oh, Rebirth is 30% off. There you go. Oh no, Ward lost his voice. So Ward's throat was injured during this battle here, this fight, and his voice is gone. Oh, I see. They don't just throw them into the water because they throw them into the water. They throw them in the water because there's a boat there, and they think if they get into the water, they can at least get to the boat. I like how he just tosses his buddy into the waters. Yeah, you guys sure have some guts. All right, cool. But he threw him into the water. Now it's time for me to nice and soft. What? Oh, shit. Oh, fucking Laguna. Hey, it was Laguna again. So that once again, they're gonna keep dismissing it like it was just a crazy dream. Renoa feels bad about what she said to Squall earlier about how he doesn't care about his compatriots and everything. But yeah, we actually don't have to go through the forest, which is weird. Like, you can go back into it, but yeah, like, you don't actually go through it, because it's like you already did with Laguna. What's the point, right? So the game counted Kyros as Quistis there, which is why she's at 1 HP and everything and has blind. Or I guess that was Ward, but anyway. There's mix and matched magic because of that whole sequence. Wait. Oh, okay. Thought he had another ability to junction. Alright, we're good to go. I didn't even realize Doom 64 was on the PC. Oh, hello, Coconut. Isn't that just Arrow? I'm pretty sure that's just Arrow. Are these guys that drop the windmill? I think it's these ones that drop the windmill. Those birds that I just fought. Is it those birds that drop the windmill? I can't remember. Hollow Knight is half off. Clearly they're ramping up for the release of the new one, Silk Song, obviously. Hey, what's up, Vicious? Thank you for the raid. What's going on? Appreciate it. Thank you very much. How was your stream? What's going on over there? We're doing a lore playthrough of, oh, Slay the Spire is 75% off. Everybody's been telling me to play Slay the Spire, right? Was it? Or was that something else? No, it wasn't Slay the Spire, it was something else. Some other kind of similar game. Yeah, I know Slay the Spire is good, but it's like, it wasn't that they were wanting me to play, it was something else. FF16 also 35% off, so there's that. For those that were looking for an opportunity to play FF16 that haven't yet. It was Inscription, that's what it was. Inscription. I'm trying to see if I can actually get those windmills relatively easily, just to kind of see if I can actually get them easily or not. I'm not gonna grind too much, just kind of take a peek at how common the drop rate is and the spawn of the enemy and everything. Stop biting me. I can't even use my fucking mouse because Coconut keeps trying to bite me. Fucker. Oh, that's actually crazy awesome. Oh, another Crab's Treasure. I've heard that's pretty good. That's on sale. Hey, you just... That's it. You're not allowed up here anymore. You're just banned. You're banned from up here. Sorry. I don't make the rules. Yes, I do. Thanking you for the sub gift to Kitty Aggro. Yeah. A lot of my wish list is on sale. Oh, Tunic is half off. I might actually get Tunic. But a lot of my wish list is on sale, but it's like pretty small sales, like 30, 20, stuff like that. So I'm probably not gonna take too much from that. Pretty sure they can drop 2 windmills at a time. There's 1 windmill. She gets it. She gets Coconut spot because she behaves very, very well. I know, right? You can kind of see him and he's just looking in like, the fuck, man? The APs here is not terrible either, by the way, so I guess I could mess around a little bit, see if I can get some windmills. Maybe I should work on the refining stuff first, just because, like, that's the big stuff for breaking the game. Cat's Revenge. Thanking you for the sub gift to Cat's Revenge. Yeah, the windmill enemies are just way too low a spawn rate. Oh, back attack, 6,400. I got 1 windmill in all this time, and I need 5 in order to get 100 tornadoes. But I will say that this is the better method of grinding for tornadoes if I wanted them. And I'm trying to remember if tornadoes are actually like a worthy junction or not. I'm not gonna worry about it. Unless this encounter gives me 2 windmills, then I'll worry about it. But it's like, I know when I get to the Gigantor, I'm probably gonna grind 300 tornadoes, probably. Maybe not, I don't know. You know what, I always do this. Every time I play FF16, I always get into this mindset that's like, oh, this spell is really good to grind, I should get it. And then it ends up being like a lot worse than I remember, you know? And I just, bleh. I just don't want to waste my time with it. Did I say FF16? I'm at FF8. We were talking about FF16 earlier. It's like on my head. So yeah, this is where we're going. Galbadia Garden. Hey, it's like another garden. That's cool. There are other gardens out there. Yeah, that's the first time you go to another garden. You kind of see that things are run differently here. Right off the bat with the music and the way it's portrayed, you can see that this one is a lot more militaristic, which would make sense because, you know, Galbadia, and Galbadia is already a militaristic country that's trying to control everybody with an iron fist. Remember the lifelong president of Galbadia? Yeah. So everybody views the sorceress as bad because for a while there was a sorceress named Adele that ruled Esther with an iron fist, and she was highly oppressive to everybody. And so there's a bad taste in everybody's mouth about the sorceress. And while there have been sorceresses in the past that were not bad, currently and in recent history they've been bad. Oh, Quistis has been here several times and knows the headmaster pretty well. She'll take the lead. Please go to the waiting room on 2nd floor. Yeah, right? I know. Alright, I remember now. You're not allowed to really go very many places, so we're just gonna go to the reception room. Especially when it becomes a dungeon later on, then it's much more confusing. Obviously, Cerberus. Suburbanders. So this is actually where we learn that Cypher was Renoa's ex-boyfriend. It's kind of like hinted at that she knows him, but never really stated. Alright, Balam Garden is safe. Attack of the President Timber was classified as an independent action. There was an official notice from the Galbadian government saying that Baumgarten is not being held responsible. Oh, Cypher's been found like guilty. He was under investigation. Trial's over and the sentence has been carried out. He was executed. Quest is talking about how he was just a troubled child anyway, so he was just a bad guy. Apparently, Renoa really liked him. He was always full of confidence and smart. Yeah, okay. He was an asshole. Boy, Renoa has terrible taste in men then. I think I have to go all the way around because everybody's prevents me from going through the table areas. Get revenge on who? Nah, he was an asshole. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like one of those like, oh, he's actually really nice once you get to know him. If he's an asshole to you when you don't know him, that doesn't make him a nice guy. That just means that he'll respect his little circle of friends, and he's still a dick. You know, like it doesn't mean shit. It's the stupidest fucking like comment ever about piece of shit people. You know. If you don't have the common decency to just treat people with respect at the base level, then you're not a nice person, plain and simple. And that's Cypher. He was a piece of shit. So he got executed, big deal. Squall's mad because it's like we're talking about him in the past tense, and that kind of is triggering his anxiety of, you know, like how it might feel like if he dies, well, everybody just talked about him in the past tense, you know? And it's getting him riled up. I'm not gonna have anybody talk about me in the past tense. Well, if you make no friends and abandon all your family, then you want to hear it. The hidden double drop point there. I don't think so. You wouldn't be too hard on Renoa, who's never seen that nice side. Oh, sure. I mean, I don't blame Renoa for what Cypher does, but she still has pretty horrible taste. If she dated Cypher long enough, she would have seen what kind of person he was. Plain as day. Oh, hey, come on. Come on, separate! Damn. The wheelchair there and the person in the wheelchair are two different separate models, and if you get it just right, you can separate them, and you'll just have a dude floating on. Maybe it's because all the speeches are full of double entendres. We must work hard and penetrate the enemy forces, or something like that. Oh, it's Raijin. Where this is his crew. This is Cypher's crew. Talk to the guys doing push-ups? Okay. Hold on, I need to go to the bathroom first. I'm trying to hold it in to get to a different part, but I just gotta go. Brought a new order from Headmaster Sid. I like how they try to suggest that there's no way that Cypher could be executed because, well, Cypher wouldn't put up with that shit. He'd just not do that. It's like, yeah, as if he had a fucking choice, right?
Surprise,
Hey.
bitch!
Hello.
Oh man, we got him good. See, look at his eyes. Hee-haw.
Hi. Lotto, thank you for the 777 bids. Oh yeah, let's talk to the dudes working out, getting swole, turning into beefcakes. Beefcake. Oh. Okay, what just happened there is he said, you know, there is one good thing about doing push-ups, and then as the girl walked by, he started trying to look up her skirt. So he says, yeah, did you see that? Yeah, yeah. Oh, I didn't see Zell looking up her skirt too. Good lord. Aw, he's so cute. Talking to my cat. She's doing that super cute thing where they like dig their head under upside down and just kind of get really cozy. All right, they told us to go out front to meet for something. Wait here and the master will be here soon. Just pretend you're a seed. It'll be less complicated. So we're gonna have Renoa pretend that she's a seed so that they don't ask questions about why she's here. Because she's obviously not a seed. So watch Renoa, she'll kind of stumble on her like salutes and stuff. Good day. Following regulations have gone over those old orders from Sid. After careful consideration of our options, we've decided to fully assist and to cooperate with Headmaster Sid. Actually, we too have been planning for this for quite some time now. In order to stress the importance of this mission, I must first brief you on the current situation. At ease. You all know about the sorceress being appointed as the peace ambassador for the Galbadian government. However, this ambassador thing is just a cover-up. There will be no peace talks, only threats. What did I say? What did I say? When an authoritarian nation pretends that they're going to be talking about peace and stuff, and how, oh gosh, all that war that's riddled this world, oh golly gee, but don't worry, we're going to have some peace talks. What that means is we're going to try to threaten you to give up your autonomy so that we can swoop in and take control, because that's what authoritarian nations do. You can see this mirrored in a lot of today's going on in the world. Like, I assure you, it is the same thing, you know? So yeah, just a bunch of bullshit hoopla to make the people feel like, oh yeah, peace, because everybody knows peace is good, so we'll just pretend that it's peace talks, and really it's threats. The sorceress creates fear among people, therefore peace talks aren't possible. Galbadia is planning to use this fear to negotiate favorable conditions for itself. It is clear that the Galbadia's ultimate goal is world domination. Garden is no exception either. It is a fact that the sorceress is planning to use this garden as her base. We have very few options available to us. We trust world peace in the future to you. Details of the mission are enclosed in these official orders. I mean, pineapple on pizza is totally normal, so enjoy. The orders say, by means of a sniper. We have no one with that skill. Don't worry about it. Let me introduce an elite sharpshooter from Galbadia Garden. Irvine Caneus. This is Irving, he'll be your sharpshooter. Leave whenever you're ready. And there you go, there's our final party member. Failure is not an option. So they want us to assassinate the sorceress. And right off the bat, Irvine is gonna show himself as a sort of, you know, ladies' man, what do you call it, player kind of style, you know? Assassinate the sorceress. They always did that really well from Final Fantasy VII and on. Honestly, it was when FF7 first did it, it was insane. We're like, whoa, CG right into the game? That's insane, you know? We're gonna go to Delling City. What was the president's name? President Delling? So he probably renamed the city Delling City after him because, once again, that the authoritarian control is just gonna pretend like, you know, they're God's gift to the world, so rename everything big after the leader, etc., etc. By the way, Lady in Blue, what's your name? Renoa. You salute right now was completely fumbled. Such a shameful show is unacceptable for a seed. Do remember, you are the face of the garden. You need more discipline. Give me 50 right now. 50 what? All right, here's $100. All right, geez, damn. Thank you, Neo, for 110 bids. I mean, I could see the headmaster kind of just being like, maybe she's new, you know, like she's a little out of her element. She doesn't know how she should be handling this a little bit, but yet she still, you know, did it. He just kind of ignores it. I'll decide. I think it's funny. I think it's funny how he's trying to say that Irvine wants to go with all the ladies, right, in his party, you know? And then when I give him a different lady, he's like upset about it. I swapped Renoa with Quistis. And I find that kind of weirdly insulting to Quistis, because first off, she's smoking, right? So whatever. But the other thing is, like, because Quistis is kind of seen as like the mom of the group in a way, because she was once an instructor, you know, she fills that like supposed old hag role, which is ridiculous because she's like 19 years old, right? And the fact that Irvine is like upset about that, it kind of leans into that concept, which is weirdly kind of silly, honestly. Is she 30? No, she's 19. She's been forced to have to act a lot older because she made instructor very, very early in her career. She was seed at 16 and then made instructor like, what, 1 or 2 years later or something? And it's always been a point of issue with her because as a young instructor, nobody took her seriously. That's like a huge plot point in the first like hour of the game. What's up, Clazy? Yeah, unfortunately, especially in a lot of like 90s RPGs and video games, basically every hero of the game is anywhere between 15 to 18. The reason that is because at the time they thought games were only for kids. And like as games kind of matured over time, we got games like FF7 and 8 where we thought, you know, okay, you know, kids are growing a little bit more mature and we want a little bit more mature stories. So we're gonna make it so like they're a little bit older, but not quite, and they'll act a little bit older. So then you get Aren, who's like 33, but is treated like he's 60, you know? And so you still get a little bit of that in the early 2000s of an age-appropriate character for the role that they're filling, but considered old. It isn't until like probably 5 or 10 years ago that we really started to get age-appropriate characters for their roles that were actually of that age and treated that way. Like in FF16, Clive is quite, you know, pretty much like in his 20s and 30s the whole game. And you get Geralt, of Rivia, who's like, you know, I don't even know actually how old Geralt is because he's a Witcher, and there's all sorts of weird stuff like that. But you're getting like kings and, you know, wildly experienced soldiers, captain of the Red Guard, and they're 18, and it's like, no, they're not. No, they are not. Yeah, Final Fantasy XII was kind of the beginning of that, especially for Final Fantasy games. Because, I mean, even Saz is in his 30s, and he's just treated like he's in his 30s, you know? But I want to say Fang and Vanille are in their mid-20s. So we gotta go to Delling City, where we'll meet up with someone. that will help us perform the said task of assassinating the sorceress. You can actually skip all this by just walking to Delane City if you really want to, but you're probably going to get a lot of encounters during it. Gotta make sure Selfie goes in first. You think there's a blockade in the way? Maybe. There might be. Oh wait, this is where Zell punches the train. Oh yeah, they're getting their afternoon feeding time on. That's why they all pieced out. So nobody likes Irving right now because he's kind of a jerk and being a womanizer and everything. So he's like, oh, Selfie, we're destined to be together. Yeah, right. Oh my god. Selfie's heart is pounding and Squall's like, yeah, it's an important mission. Obviously, she's got a crush on Irvine back, but Irvine is kind of a player and she needs to sort of take a step back and not be taken advantage of, but maybe Irvine will learn a lesson before too long. Yeah, just because you were like locked in stasis does not make you suddenly older, Emerald Bard. You know, that doesn't work like that, because when you talk about somebody's age, you're talking about their mental maturity as well. So when you say they're 21, they're not 5,021 because they were in Crystal for 5,000 years. They're still just 21. Aquistus is basically putting her foot down. You're playing a major role in this mission, now behave yourself. Oh, no one understands me. Oh, the life of a lone sniper. Sharpshooters are loners by nature. We hone our instincts, pour a whole beating into a single bullet. Yeah, nobody's buying it, dude. Except for Selfie, who's kind of a dumbass. Zell punches the train so hard that there's like, it almost knocked itself off the track. There was no damage. No damage to the car. Repeat. That was just a weird, there was a minor vibration. Yeah. Hone our instincts, pour our entire being for a single bullet. So you're single, got it. Yeah, really, I know, right? Let's keep it that way. Thank you for the 110 bids. Oh my god, it's the bat signal! So this is where Laguna's from. So this should look familiar to you because it is where Laguna's from. We were here in the very first Laguna sequence. I like how the game does this. They sort of like have Laguna sort of just kind of out of reach, you know? It's like, it's almost as if you when you get here, you think, oh, hey, we're gonna see Laguna because this is where Laguna's from. So we'll see him here, right? Right? You know, we know Laguna's from Galbadia. He probably got injured in the war and now he's retired here. So let's go find Laguna, right? I like that. And it kind of keeps doing that. I think that's important, like design, like important way of doing that, you know? By the way, very, very interesting tech that's going on right now. So you see there's NPCs all over the screen. There's a bunch of people standing around. It's really important to note that those are not actual like 3D models. You'll notice they're not moving. There are only a few that will actually move. The two attendants, the car, and then our party. Actually, the attendants aren't moving either. So because the PlayStation has limited processing power, there's only so many polygons that you can put on screen at any given time. So a way for Square to get around this, so I talked about how the background is a pre-rendered CG sequence, right? So it's like high fidelity computer graphics, like one of the cutscenes you get, and then the image was screen printed, so it's a flat image instead of like the whole rendered 3D thing going on. And what they did is they took NPCs and put them onto the image as part of the background. So they're not actual movable polygon objects. They are flat as part of the image, just one screen print with the images what the NPCs put onto it to make it look like there's a lot of NPCs, but they're not. And I didn't know that they were doing this until very recently when the Final Fantasy VIII Remaster came out. They make it very, very obvious in the FF8 Remaster because all of the 3D models of the game have been kind of smoothed out a little bit, right? Because it's like it's a remaster. But the thing is this is a very small image. It's 240p, and we're at 1080. That means it's 1/4, more than 1/4 the size of your standard output that you would get. And if you've ever taken a small picture and tried to expand it into a bigger picture, all you do is just get big pixels, right? Like, because there's only so many pixels up and so many pixels across that are there. And so when you expand an image, you don't exactly make it any cleaner, you just show the graininess all that much more. So in the remaster, they had to take these 240 images and expand them, and they try to smooth them over a little bit as much as you possibly can, but they're definitely still going to look a little grainy, whereas the 3D models are going to look a little smoother because with a 3D model, it's much easier to smooth it out. You just do, right? You just replace it with a higher triangle count, or you know, you have a higher resolution that smooths out the edges and everything, and it's no problem. So when you get the remaster, it makes it way more obvious. You'll see these like grainy looking characters on top of sharper looking characters that you're controlling, and it makes it look awkward. But when you're doing a remaster of a game with pre-rendered backgrounds and 3D characters like Chrono Cross, Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, any of the Final Fantasies on PlayStation, or any of the other number of like half 3D, half 2D. Xenogears would be another one actually, but that one has 3D backgrounds with a 2D sprite character moving around. So that'd be interesting to see how they manage that one. But anyway, point is, when you do a remaster of this kind of game, Legend of Mana and the other one as well. But anyway, point is that it's really hard to get that to look nice. The best success you can have with it is doing what's called a HD remaster, where you basically build the backgrounds from the ground up by basically going pixel by pixel and remaking these images at a higher definition quality and making them widescreen as well, and then but you're building it from the ground up instead of taking the actual source material. So it's not technically an actual remaster. You can call it an HD remaster because that basically insinuates that it's essentially a remake light. Like it's a faithful remake because they're making it exactly as possible as they can, you know? But it's a really, really interesting technique that they used in order to get this to work on the PlayStation, to make it look like there were way more characters. And obviously there's only, you know, so much you can do. Oh, there we go. Makes you wonder if this was the same room that Laguna was in. It's got 3 beds though, so probably not. During the initial drawing phase of the game was going to be way longer, especially Laguna's part of things, as in way longer. The issue was what if they put in everything they wanted to put in, the entire game would have been like 8 discs long to make the game, you know, actually affordable and profitable. They had to scrap a ton of things. That's the same reason why Final Fantasy VII Remake is 3 games, because if they were actually to remake one singular game, it would be a total loss, even if it was a commercial success, because it's just way too long and way too much work to put into a singular game. So there are some things that have been extended maybe a little bit more to make sure that you get a full game's worth on each game. But generally speaking, like, they split it into 3 parts because it was going to be 3 parts as they intended it, you know? Global release hurt them? On what? What are you talking about? What do you mean global release hurt them? I like how they say, Caraway's Mansion, you're going the wrong way, but it's actually just right on the screen right here. So you would actually take longer going around the other way. From my understanding, staggered release would allow sales to come in multiple fashion, which help production of new titles. What are you referring to? I'm not sure what you were referring to specifically. The only thing I can think of is all region release, yeah. Alright, so before we can actually see Caraway, he wants to test our abilities. There's a cave where there's a code, and we gotta go to the cave, or the Tomb of the Unknown King, rather, and get the ID number of a soldier there. But, I mean, you're saying global releases also hurt them. What do you mean by them, and which global release? Like, please elaborate on that so I can understand what you're talking about. The tomb is weird. Yeah, I agreed. I feel like a couple of the dungeons are pretty meh in this game. Like the desert prison and the Tomb of the Unknown King are really kind of samey, you know, unnecessarily samey and annoying, I guess. I only have a few more tests that I can take, but my seed level's good enough. To be fair, though, I should probably boost it up to the maximum that I can. Let's see, that's actually a good idea. What test are we on? 11? Yeah, I agree. So the reason I'm doing all these tests and just kind of cheating through them is because money actually matters for getting a lot of the stuff in the game. Specifically, you need like a ton of remedies to get the remedy pluses in order to get Doom Train, and a lot of other junctions and stuff that I just don't want to have to deal with, like the whole money grinding, because the only real way to get money in this game is through your seed rank, and that only comes every so often. It's like a 15-minute between each like payout or whatever. I forget exactly the time limit, but it's if you want money in this game and you don't have enough, you wait unless you magically have enough things to sell. It's really not that bad, honestly. Like, realistically, from like a normal playthrough of the game, you don't really need a whole lot of money, like it almost at all. Okay. Yeah, it's mostly true false rather than yes no. And also, you don't lose rank by failing the test. You only gain rank by passing it. I have a question. Do drop points on the ground take magic stat into consideration? Because there's that one ultimate drop point that seemed to not matter at all in the Shumi village. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna dunk the Diablos card. You know why? Because everybody has magic junction, and I want demis for that, so that everybody can actually have a decent magic stat and just be done. Now everybody can probably draw most things within reason without too much effort. At least as far as like the current game goes. So I dunked the Diablos card, which will make any kind of future, what do you call it, a little bit more difficult, but it's fine. Triple Triad. So the actual code that I need to get is actually like very easy to get. Like if I was just playing the game and going through it, student number 094, done. All right, we're done with that. But I'm gonna go through here and get everything. a drop point can be only half recharged. Oh boy. That's interesting. What I do like is that when I was actually paying attention to the ultimate drop point, I was able to get 100 ultimas relatively easily just by going back to that drop point regularly. Wasn't that bad at all. So this whole dungeon is a series of, it's just a big box with like a little outcropping on each side. There's the entrance, and then we're over here, and then there's another part over here, and another part over here, and then a final part in the center. And all you gotta do is just hug the right wall, go around it, and you'll find your way. But still, you gotta have a mental tracking of everything. Can be a little annoying. All right, the reason I wanted to do the magic stat is because there's actually some decent draws here. I just want to take care of that. Is that regen, or I think it's raise life? Oh yeah, 100 lives is actually really good for elemental protection. So now you'll notice that everybody's drawing 9 every time. Oh, well, okay. 6+ every time. And that's because their magic stat is higher. Instead of it being like 1, 2, failure, whatever. So I could just sit here and grab all these spells that I need pretty easily. And I don't mind wasting my time with the draws on this playthrough, since it's not really a race or anything. We're just chilling with the game. Field draw points don't care about stats. Interesting. I have not been playing Wilds by myself, but I will be playing with some people and waifu. So I have plans for Wilds on my own time, and I haven't touched it yet though. I should play it tonight though and get through the very beginning, because you can't do multiplayer unless you have it unlocked. So am I gonna get all the Quistis blue magic? No, I wouldn't even know where to begin on that. If I haven't started already on that, then there's no way. Although, though, if there were like an FF8 with trophies that required me to do it, I'd totally do it. In Monster Hunter World, I main Twin Blades, but I also use the hammer a little bit too. And I really want to get better with the bow. I just don't know how to do that. So when I play Monster Hunter Wilds, I'll be experimenting a lot with different weapons and trying to make it work. It's Hooch Rush! I have the remaster on Switch, so no trophies. I want to try Sword and Shield. I got a question, and please, answer this with as little spoileriness as possible, just mechanical natures. Is there an aggro weapon in Monster Hunter Wild? Like, a Sword and Shield actually draw threat from the monster? Or is it just a choice to be more defensive? Simple yes or no kind of thing, or confirm, deny, whatever. Hold on. Coconut dude, you're banned, remember? We talked about this. You're banned. Because you can't behave yourself, buddy. I gave him some good scritchies and sent him on his way. Yeah, I mean, I don't have it on PS4 or 5 anyway, so... FBI rush. Well, getting 1 life basically means that we're done. That means we got the 100th life. I like the idea of Insect Glaive, and I did play it in the demo a little bit, so I might try that. Oh, okay. We're actually good here. And we win. I like how we just spent like 5 minutes drawing all the magic that we want just so we can go slap, and we're done. Who learned what? I thought I learned a passive. Okay, whatever. What I can do though is anybody with elemental protection can now equip life. That's protection.